What's up, guys? Dave Lipson here, and today we're going to talk about a really cool category of pharmaceuticals called peptides. Peptides, they are the half natty drugs, and they're really interesting. Peptides are branched chain amino acids, and unlike exogenous hormones like testosterone or growth hormone or anabolics, you are not putting exogenous hormones in your body and potentially suppressing your own production. But what peptides do is they help signal your body to do more of what it already does naturally. So it's a way to do things like stimulate testicular function, stimulate growth hormone, stimulate healing in the body, as well as a litany of other things. This is becoming increasingly popular in the realm of longevity and regenerative medicine. I've been using peptides for years, probably dating back to when I was about 35 years old, right around when I started having some major back issues. I started using BPC 157 and TB 500. And I'm going to go over a litany of peptides and talk a little bit about what they are, what they do, what are the risks, where you can get them, all that stuff, where you can kind of get all the good information. So first off, peptides generally safe, especially the more popular ones. Probably the most popular peptide right now. It's a peptide. That's a peptide for dogs. The most peptide right now is BPC 157, and this honestly, I've got some here. It's really good, high quality BPC 157 from a compounding pharmacy. Is something that I've stayed with for a long time since I started using peptides. There's other stuff I've tried and felt some effect, marginal effect, but this is the one thing that I think universally has a lot of general benefit to really whatever it is you're chasing, whether it's recovering faster from workouts, healing up an injury, if you have autoimmune issues, inflammatory issues. BPC 157 stands for body protective compound, and it helps your body regenerate and heal a little better, especially when it comes to inflammation. It's no magic drug, so you're not going to be like Wolverine, unlike what other people say. In my experience, it's kind of like I would compare it to taking an Aleve. When I've got shoulder pain after a heavy pressing day or some back pain after a hard leg day, I'll take some BPC 157. I inject it right in the spot. And when I wake up in the morning, I feel way better. And I can definitely tell the difference when I take it and I'm sore versus when I don't take it, because usually that soreness and inflammation tends to linger. So from that perspective, I find it really, really effective. Where can you source this stuff? Well, you should get it from a compounding pharmacy, and you need a prescription from a doctor to do that. Definitely do not get the stuff online, because if you're doing that, there's no guarantee that what you're putting in your body is actually BPC 157, or if there's other stuff in it like heavy metals that you could be potentially injecting. And there's also some other peptides, here we go, that you can take BPC 157 in the oral form. So while I take the injectable form for the orthopedic stuff, and some people just stay on it indefinitely. They just take it every day, just a little bit. I'll usually wait until something starts to ache, and then I'll take it really on an acute basis. This BPC 157 plus tributyrin and KPV is a gut inflammation formula for someone like me who suffers from inflammatory bowel syndrome, right? Where my stomach is very easily thrown off, and there's, sometimes things like leaky gut or IBS that kind of creeps in sometimes. This is something that I regularly take that definitely helps with the gut inflammation and getting things under control. So I get this from a company called Peptide Sciences. They are an online pharmacy, and I think, like I said, get it from a compounding pharmacy. If you're doing anything injectable, definitely get it from a compounding pharmacy. But this is something that actually my doctor referred me to this pharmacy to be able to get this at a relatively affordable price. And on the price side, to get really good stuff, I wouldn't call it expensive. I also wouldn't call it cheap. You're probably looking at $200-300 for something like a 2-month or 90-day maybe dose of this stuff, depending on how much you're taking it. You don't need to take a lot of it. There's no lethal dose where you can take too much and they get adverse side effects. But overall, I think this is the one peptide that I see has a generally good effect on everybody. I just had a client of mine who had really bad elbow issues, like epicondylitis, all kinds of arthritic conditions in the elbow. And he started doing BPC 157, and within a week, his elbow started feeling better. And now he's like, dude, it's amazing. I can press again. I can grip stuff hard. And so that's really what it does. and the best utility for it. Then there are tons of other peptides, but in the realm of healing, there's one called TB500. That is great for muscle healing. Sometimes people pair that with BPC 157. I tried it and didn't feel like it had any kind of remarkable effect, so I axed it. There are growth hormone stimulating peptides like CJC 1295 or ipamorelin. And to be honest with you, I've tried these and I really didn't feel much of an effect at all. So that was just, in my mind, an expense that I didn't need it. And my blood work really looked really good without it. So I said, why fix it if it ain't broke? And then there are peptides that are specific for muscle growth. So there is one called PEG-MGF, or muscle growth factor. And that I've done before actually did help a little bit with muscle growth and muscle hypertrophy. I took it for a while and then, eventually decided that I really didn't need it and I could get the same results just from eating big and training consistently. But it did help, I would say, to some degree, the first time I tried it at least. There are peptides to help stimulate your testosterone production. And the one that I take is called HCG, which is an old fertility drug. The common name is Pregnal, but HCG is great for stimulating the gonads. It can raise your testosterone, not a ton, but certainly a few hundred points. The reason why I take it, and probably the best context for men to be taking this, is if you're someone like me who is on testosterone replacement therapy and is suppressing their own production to avoid testicular atrophy, or if you plan to have kids and you want to make sure that you still are able to have good spermagenesis and good quality sperm to get your spouse pregnant, it's a great way to maintain your fertility and avoid testicular atrophy just by adding it in. If you don't want to have kids, I don't think it's totally necessary, but definitely something in there for you to kind of take a look at. And then there are cool peptides like melanotan. Now, melanotan is a peptide that you use to make yourself tan. It's crazy. It stimulates the melanin in your skin. It's actually a skin cancer drug. And you can take it, and you take a little bit of melanotan and go out and get some sun exposure, and you will get darker and stay darker longer than you ever had been before. So I did this in, was it 2018? I did this, and I looked like a Brazilian for half of the year. It was pretty amazing. It really worked. I don't think I'll do it again. I don't think I really need to get that tan anymore. I could just do the spray tan for doing shows or something, but that was an interesting one. And there's also a litany of others, honestly. But I think, for you guys, the average person looking to be their best, to feel good, to recover from training, to, thrive, not just survive. I think, finding a good doctor who can help you navigate peptides. And I have great doctors to refer you to if you're interested. Just send me a DM at Dave freaking Lipson, and I'll get you connected with a good longevity clinic who is well versed in these peptides. I think it's a nice middle ground between exogenous hormones and just trying to do herbs and supplements or eat really good. It kind of bridges the gap a little bit. And it was honestly the place where I first started exploring medical technologies for, I'm doing everything I can. I'm training as hard as I can. I'm dialing in my sleep, my nutrition. It's just not enough. My back is still fucked up. I'm still not really responding. It was a first step for me in just kind of starting to learn what can I do that I would call honestly more of like a half natural approach, because while it is something that is, synthesized and produced, it's a biologic. Okay, so it's not even something that you can really patent as a drug. In fact, there's always weird legality around that. You typically have to keep this stuff refrigerated because of that reason. But it's a nice way to still not worry about maybe some of the potential risk factors that can come along with exogenous hormones if you're kind of just looking to feel a little better, or you want to see if you can raise your levels up. I think it's definitely worth exploring. And for me, it was a really cool experience just to learn about these and to try them and to see what I felt was really effective and what I felt was kind of a waste of money. So I'll do my best to give you the most accurate information on that. But I hope you enjoyed. Little spiel on peptides, little highlight on some of them. And I'm going to include a link in this video for how to contact me. And if you want to do like a medical consult and go over all this stuff and we can talk about what might be applicable to you, you can book a call. We can go over that one-on-one. We'll help you find the right way to work hard, have fun, and break thunder. I'll see you guys later.